So folks, in conjunction with Round Green Farm, where all this produce is coming from out the back, and also from his own Deli Fresh, I'd like to introduce Mr. Robert Ramsden. You can clap now. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it afternoon? Are we on afternoon? Just afternoon. My name's Robert. I work for a company called Deli Fresh, and we supply all the restaurants and the hotels right through the north of the UK with lots of beautiful fresh produce, lots of charcuterie, some meat products, some game products, lots of specialist ingredients like cheese and oils and vinegars. So anything that's amazing that a chef needs comes from us 6 days a week. So I've been kindly invited to come along and rustle up a bit of magic. Now I've only got £2, so I'm a £2 bandit today, and I'm going to cook with some beautiful venison from Round Green Farm. Round Green Farm is just down the M1 near Barnsley, is that right, guys? It is, isn't it? Yeah. And they are venison farmers. They farm venison, and you'll find it in various farm shops. We've got a farm shop on site. I think they supply a few retailers as well, and some of the best chefs in the UK, like Heston, use Round Green Farm venison. So it's a beautiful piece of meat, and we're going to talk a little bit about where it comes from, how it gets there, and then what do you do with it? You know, what do you actually do with a bit of venison? Some people are scared of it, but we'll do some quick fire dishes with a bit of seasonal produce as well. So, we're going to start off with a bit of liver. Now, a lot of people are scared of liver. Now, I remember when I was a little whippersnapper, many moons ago, my mum used to shout me in from climbing trees, playing in the garden. Oh, it's liver for tea! And I used to be like, oh no. And she used to slap it on a baking tray. Look at that, it's beautiful. Slap it on a baking tray, wang it in the oven for about 10 hours. It used to come out like absolute cardboard. It was horrendous. It was really bad, and I used to hate it, because I used to think, oh, I'm just going to chew this forever. And then she used to put these burnt caramelised onions with it and really thick Vista. But then when I became a chef, I really learned how to look after it and love it, really, and just get the best from it. Have we got some oil? We've got a little bit of oil from you. There we go. So, it's really important when you're doing anything with liver to cook it really quick and let it rest for the same amount of time you cooked it for. So we're just literally going to get a red hot pan and we're going to go pull it off straight away. So while we're waiting for that to get together, just get a bowl. We're going to, instead of onions and liver and mash and dolphin white potatoes and all that nice kind of thing, we're going to do a bit of something a bit different. So we're going to use some beautiful last of the season's Yorkshire fennel. Now this is from Robert Tomlinson down in Pudsey. He grows all our fennel, and it's an absolute fantastic flavour. Now we're going to start passing some things around, so I'm going to rope some people in to pass it around. Have a smell of that. Don't lick it. I mean, you can lick it if you want to lick it, but smell it, it's absolutely stunning. Now you can see, you can literally squeeze that and get the juice out of it. It's a beautiful vegetable. Now it's perfect for braising, roasting. You can juice it. You can dip it in tempura batter and deep fry it. There's loads of uses what you can do with it. We're just going to use it raw today, so we'll slice it down in a bowl. Put it in that bowl there. Now the little tops, the little fronds are really important. Don't chuck them away. You can give them to your rabbits, but use them because they've got a beautiful aniseed flavour there. So we'll pop them in there. Pop them in there as well. Now with that, we're going to use some fantastic grapefruit, some grapefruit segments. Obviously these aren't grown in Yorkshire, unfortunately. We haven't got the climate. A bit of grapefruit, some orange, some lemon and lime segments in there as well. So we're just going to bob them in. While we're waiting for that, just to cook itself together, we're going to get a hot pan, bit of butter, typical chef like me butter. So a little bit of butter in the pan. Now it's really important when you're cooking liver to season it last minute, especially venison liver, because you can see how the colour of that is absolutely fantastic. You sometimes get lamb's liver and it's a little bit dark and it's sometimes a bit smelly. Well, because of what the venison are eating, is this right? The flavour changes from what they're fed, obviously, and the colour and the flavour and the texture is absolutely stunning. So we just got the butter to a Beaumarchais stage, which just means like a little nutty, so it's kind of like hazelnut stage. We season the liver, both sides, bit of salt. Now it's really important to season it last minute because if you season it beforehand, it starts to cook. Now, I forgot my pepper, so bit of pepper on there, a bit of scraping pepper on there. Hot pan, liver goes in. Look at that. Now, as soon as that liver goes in there, all the caramel, all the sugar starts to caramelise. You can literally hear it going, yes, I'm loving it. It's going to be a beautiful, crisp skin to it. We just let that sit there. Now, one thing about liver, especially venison liver as well, if you think of venison, you never think of that cut. You never think of trying the liver or trying the fillet. You always think of the rack or the haunch. So these kind of cuts, you must use, I think the cheapest of the liver, yeah, so it's one of the cheapest parts of the animal, which is typical like a pig liver or an ox liver. But for me, as a chef, it's an interesting flavour. Now what we do in the kitchens is we'll have it called a chef's breakfast, and we'll have venison liver, bacon, eggs and a roasted potato for breakfast before we start the day, which is good. So you can see it's puffed up a little bit. We're just going to flip it over and look at the colour of that. An absolutely fantastic colour. Wow, it smells unbelievable as well. It smells absolutely divine. Right, so with that, we've got the fennel, we've got the fronds, we've got the orange, the lemon, the lime. We're going to put in some chicory. We'll just slice this up. So we've got red chicory and we've got some golden chicory. Now usually the Dutch, coming out of Holland, the mad chicory growers, they grow a lot of chicory, but we've been working really closely with growers throughout the north to grow chicory in different flavours like that. And again, it's a beautiful flavour. It's slightly bitter, but it's really, really interesting, and it works so well with the liver. So you can see we've got old venison liver. There's a bit of blood coming out of it. We're just going to flip that over once more. Look at that. Absolutely, it's like a steak. That looks like a steak, doesn't it? It smells divine. So we're just going to let that sit there, and we're going to just take that off and bob it back on the tray. We've got any, could just wash that for me, could you? Just give it a wipe. So it's really important when you're cooking any kind of meat, always cook it under to what you actually want it. So the liver, we want to have it pink, so when you eat it, you want it to melt in your mouth. It wants to be just like butter, so we're just going to take that off. We'll bob that on there. Like so, right. So you might be thinking, well, cheers. You might be thinking, how does this work? You've got fennel, you've got orange, you've got grapefruit, you've got lemon, you've got lime, and then you've got liver. You have liver with bacon, you have liver with onions, you have liver with an egg, you have it with like a hash brown, don't you? Lots of gravy on top. I'm a proper Yorkshire boy, me, you can tell, can't you? You can tell. So how this really works is sometimes when you do have a little bit of liver, you might notice that after eating it, your mouth's a little bit claggy. Now it's more so with something like calves liver, for example. It's a little bit fatty, but with venison liver, because there's hardly any fat in it at all, or there's none, it's very clean flavour. So what happens is the fennel gives it that beautiful aniseedy flavour, and because we're right at the back end of summer, we just want to celebrate that last little bit of fennel that's about maybe in your garden. Now the fennel's been cooked by all the citrus juice coming out of the orange and the grapefruit and the lime and the lemon. And when you eat this, it'll be like wow in your mouth, and then that liver will cut through beautifully. Right, just pop that on there. There's balancing acts going on here, get that on. There's balancing acts going on here, get that on. Fantastic. We're going to get the liver. Pop that on there. Look at that, absolutely stunning. Look at this. Smoked cured venison bacon. I've never seen that before. Something new, that's obviously a new product. We'll pass that around for everyone to have a look at. Is that already, does that need cooking, or is that already cooked?
Needs cooking, just dry fry.
Right, okay, right. Pass that around, have a look at that. It's a bit of venison bacon, how about that? So we're really innovating with the venison, and we're really making something a bit different, so you can go, wow, look at that. Right, so, can you see this? Can you see it on the telly? Can you see it? Right, so we've got liver, we've got fennel, we've got chicory. We're going to put a nice little bit of edible flowers. So these are from a lady called Alison Dobbs up in just outside of First. She's a fantastic girl. She grows some unbelievable herbs throughout the year. And a lot of your herbs that are in your garden, like your roseberries, your thyme, will flower. So it's really important to eat these flowers, and they're very pretty. Look at this, really nice. We're just going to drizzle it with a tiny little bit of sharp balsamic vinegar as well. Now this is about 40 quid a bottle, so I'll pass it around, you can have a taste, but don't put it in your pocket. Whatever you do, else I'll be in trouble. A little bit of balsamic, and that's it. Look at that, a fantastic, real quick, fast dish, which you can bring out in a little bit of a dinner party in about, 5 minutes? Not even that? Unbelievable. If I get a little bit of that? Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Have you got a stall?
Yep.
You have?